Well, hello, part two. But before that, just wanted to mention a few people will definitely come from Peggy Robinson's show, and just wanted to say thank you for coming here. And as usual, I give out the warning, being there is no limits to what we discuss. There's no limits to the strangeness. It's all weird. It's all so weird. Okay. So just, you'll have to deal with that. Okay. And basically, I just wanted to clarify some things based on the previous video because I sort of made it sound like these two people combating each other, they are simply nothing more than like the sum total of the previous iterations of those same events in a continuous, endless loop. That on its own is true if there wasn't a sole observer inhabiting that avatar, for example. That would be the case without any observation taking place, because as you and I both suspect, there is infinite number of potentialities and realities in existence where every conceivable move is made. What and it is they do kind of act on their own, and but what changes the mathematical formula of those previous timelines is actually the observer. And that's where the free will comes in. And that's where I'm changing my mind a little bit on free will, actually, because oh, there's Lisa. I didn't even know. It's been a huge conflict for me all these years as to how much free will we really have, what exactly is a choice, who is it that's making the choice. I will tell you this. Um, it's a combination of things. So through the eye, the observer is the totality of all reality combined. So looking through me right now is the all, the everything, observing itself and reflecting it back to itself. And it goes the same for you and for your mom and for your dad and for your dog and for your aunt and for your frog. uh, so that, in that sense, there is sort of a macro observation taking place filtered through one particular avatar, but that one particular avatar, in addition to that, is also its own individual soul, individual infinite soul, right? So the analogy of neurons in a brain is a very good analogy. They are all interconnected, but each neuron is unique. So when let's say that those two boys are fighting in the field again, every variation, every move they make, every possible outcome, letter B wins this time, letter A wins next time. It all depends on every single thought, every single movement, and the slightest deviation could have a drastically different outcome as to how things end up. Now, the observer or the soul inhabiting the avatar has basically two choices. Now, this is going to sound very new agey, but this is kind of what I was seeing today: a positive and a negative, a zero or a one. They're going to be reactive, proactive. They're going to be um, advancing, regressing. They're going to be reacting or be active in it or participating in it. All those, that polarity, right? Or the division They're going to be in fear or in love, right? And that reaction, oh, look at that. See? Who is behind Lisa's eyes observing her? The entirety of all reality, in fact. And that's actually how you are able to feel everything you did to another person in a life review when you die. Because literally, the entirety of all reality is observing life through you. And this does not only mean um, every every possible timeline of you. This also means every dimension, every reality, every alien species, everything. Not that they consciously know it if they're inhabiting a physical body. This is subconscious. So my wife, my cat, are observing me through the everything, but they're not consciously aware of that observation. Um, so those two boys fighting, like in the previous video, they have choices that soul inhabiting the avatar has different combinations of zeros and ones, positives or negatives, essentially, and different combinations, numerical values will result in a different outcome, or it will attract a different outcome. So to a certain degree, actually, you do control your own destiny and you do have free will as an individual infinite soul. However, you are influenced by what you choose to gravitate towards. Meaning, if you constantly go towards the negative polarity, like I often do, unfortunately, you will end up synchronizing or collapsing the wave functions of all those iterations which result in that negative outcome, and subsequently the other way around. But it's much more complex than that because you have myriads of other factors influencing what is around you as well. So we are influenced by all that is. We are influenced by everything that inhabits all of creation. And we're constantly, consciously or subconsciously, or in a dream state, attaching ourselves or detaching ourselves from other variations and iterations of self that we pull towards or pull away from in this looping cycle. But my point is, as in the previous video, the creation on its own, the existence of form and the realms that create form have always existed in an infinite loop that are constantly changing based upon the observation of a particular group of souls at that particular now moment in eternity. Um, Overall, um, it's so what I was saying about yeah, so I didn't have a life review in my NDE, but a lot of people have, and you feel the hurt you caused because, like people say in those NDEs, they did it to themselves. You do it to another, you do it to yourself. Because we're all doing it to ourselves, all observing each other through the Oculus, through the infinite pupil. These contain eternity. And Lisa agrees. So I know that video wasn't as exciting as the last one, but I just wanted to clarify some things. And as long as Lisa says goodbye, then everything is great.